I seek refuge in God from the accursed Satan. In the name of God, the compassionate, the merciful. We continue talking about death. This is the second chapter in which we will discuss death. Death is important. 2001 is the other half or the most important part of our life. Because the dead are not dead, it means they are not eliminated. They are indeed alive, but they are alive in another place. It is like a person who travels from this material world to another world, living not within this planet or within these galaxies. No, no. All that material sky, everything you see of galaxies, all of that is called the first sky. This is the material world. Death takes a person to another side, to another, we can say, to another life, which is completely different from what material life is. Let us see what the Messenger of God, Rasulullah, peace be upon him, indeed says. The esteemed Prophet Muhammad truly states that the person who dies has already reached the very great day of their judgment. What does it mean? You will soon see everything you have done? It means that during that life, you were accumulating both good deeds and bad deeds. Then the moment arrives for you. The folder of deeds will be closed. And you will see everything you have done, both the good things and the bad things. In the time of the Prophet, the Messenger of God of Islam was in the mosque, and the companions of the Prophet were with the Messenger of God of Islam. So suddenly they heard a voice, like the sound of a rock falling to the bottom of a valley. What is it like? All surprised, what is this? Then the Messenger of God, the Prophet Muhammad, peace be upon him, said it was like something that had been thrown from above into hell. And today, he reached the bottom of hell. It has been 70 years since his downfall began, and today he has reached where he was meant to be in hell. So the companions asked, what does this mean? Then the Prophet of Islam explained that, yes, near the mosque, a disbeliever had died, a person who had abandoned the laws of God his entire life, a life dedicated to sin. This means that his whole life was a descent towards the depths of hell, and today, which was the day of his death, he arrived at his final destination. At that moment, the person will see all the bad and all the good they have done. The record of their deeds will be hung around their neck. Look ahead. That is all you have done. In the following detailed and comprehensive narration of the Messenger of God, peace be upon him. In this context, how do we die? It is a question, do we die as believers or do we die as disbelievers? Do we die as believers or as kafir disbelievers? That depends. It may be that today I am a Muslim, but depending on the circumstances, there are people who are Muslims but die as disbelievers. Why? Because they have not been able to overcome their hypocrisy. Hypocrisy means that what appears on the surface has not yet reached the depths of the heart. I bear witness that there is indeed truly no deity but God. But this is just words in my actions and in my heart. There I have many deities. I care about money as a divinity. I care about, lust as a divinity. Power is what I strive for. Fame, etc. So the person still has no divinity. Only God. That is a very big word. I bear witness that Muhammad is the messenger of God. That has not yet reached their heart. So it depends on what the person dies upon. What does that mean? Each of us has a purpose in life for which we strive. For something that is, we can say, the most important to us, for which we sacrifice everything to achieve. If this is God, then the person dies in faith. But there are people who give everything to achieve a position. For example, a job. They give everything to obtain a degree, for fame, for whatever it is, to win over a woman. Then the person dies with that concern, and thus they die in this state. On the day of judgment, they will be raised with this name. There is a narration that says, if a person at the last moment of their life, when they are already dying, wants their last words to be La ilaha illallah, there is no deity but God, then you can say they are happy, meaning they transition to the hereafter as a believer. But can everyone say this? No. In the final moment, when you will see that great terror of death, you will only be able to say what is deep in your heart, what is rooted in your heart. If it is sin, you are not a partner of Satan. Then perhaps Satan comes to show you things that separate you from your possessions and pleasures, from what you have always lived for, God. So by hating God, are you going to abandon this world? Listen to a story, an anecdote from the real. He was a very lustful man, very much a voyeur. Unfortunately, there are men who are voyeurs, meaning they think they can enjoy themselves by looking at the same morbid gazes. Well, he was one of those men and would stand in the streets observing the women who passed by. One day, while observing, he saw a very beautiful woman approaching him. The man, very happy and content, welcomed that woman. What? How can I help you? There are no men when they see a beautiful woman. They are always willing. And when they see an old poor man, they have no time. Be careful with that. Be careful with that. When a girl arrives at the mosque, I don't know, pretty, I don't know, whatever, then everyone wants to teach her Islam. But when an old, ugly, poor man arrives, no one has time, right? How are we? We are Muslims. That is Islam. Put to the test what happens in the mosque you go to or in the Islamic center you attend. That is dangerous. It means we haven't even tested faith. Nothing. Well, so the girl or the woman approached that man. The man, very happy, has found an opportunity to flirt with her. So she asked him, "Sir, do you know where the hammam bathroom is?" Back then, hammams, which are the places where people went to take a shower, were public places. Even more so in Islamic civilization in ancient times, there was not such an abundance of water nor water piping. They would then collect water from the springs or wells and take it to a place that resembled a half pool, a jazeen, a place where people would go to wash and cleanse themselves. They were places like a covered house that had a pool inside, had showers, had everything it needed. This was called a hammam. As a place with a public bathroom, not a bathroom for doing one's business, but the bathroom where one takes a shower. Well, then he asked where the women's hammam is. And the man who, when these lustful people are servants of their member, are servants of their masculinity, meaning they have nothing of being a man, of being masculine, of being a brave person. No, they are servants of their own, 2001, lust. So when he saw this, the temptation of Satan also helped me. He said, look, there is an opportunity. We must take advantage of it. She doesn't know. Take her to your house there. Either she will cooperate with you or you will violate her. And that's it. Can you imagine an illicit glance? Where can it lead? A person. It can lead to violation, betrayal, lust, downfall, so much curse just from a single look. There is a narration from the Most Holy Jesus saying that if you do not want to fall into fornication, close your eye to what is unlawful. Period. You have saved yourself. Close your eye and you are already saved. Unfortunately, the problem of some Muslims and some non-Muslims is that they are careless regarding the matter of gazes. Women also need to be mindful of their gazes. That sinful man took her and said, well, let's go together. I will show you where it is. I will guide you. He took her. She didn't know the city, so he took her to his house. And fortunately, no one was home. He opened the door to his house and said, here it is. She entered. And when she did, the man closed the door and said, look, here you are, and I desire you. She was a very intelligent woman, when she saw that scene, if I resist, the man is more powerful, more potent. I can't resist like a physical struggle. I don't win, I don't fight, I don't win. What am I going to do? Then he said, look, how good, how good. I like that too. But let me go to the bathroom, wash up, clean myself, then I'll come back. Ready? That's exactly what I wanted. The ambitious and lustful man said, look, she is willing, she also wants it, so she might as well go clean herself up better. Then they went out together and went to this public bath together. She entered, and the lustful man was waiting for the woman outside, eager to see that ham called Hamome Manjobi. That place was called Hamome Manjobi. Well, the man was waiting, and the woman at that time wore hijab and had purkas, niqab. And she took so long, that night fell. So when she went out, she put on a niqab, and the man could not recognize her. She escaped. But this man was left with this, we can say, resentment, with that desire for lust, which is very strong, an unquenchable fire. Imagine, his whole life has been burning him with the desire for sin, and that is very powerful. It consumes all faith. It burns all faith, leaving you with nothing. So that man spent 20 more years, and then, when his time came, at the moment of death, his friends, the companions, approached him and said, say it, you are dying. Say it, La ilaha illallah. If he says, at the last moment, I die as a believer, 2001 means that this shows that faith is deeply rooted in his heart. It's not just a pronunciation of the word, no. It is a character that shows the person is not hypocritical. They believe in God. So when they approached him, he no longer spoke. He only sang a poem that he himself had composed. Did 2001 say, where is the way to her? Hamom Manjob. Where is he? Thinking about her. Did he sing? Did he sing at the moment of dying? Where's the way to the public bath? Thinking about her. Look, a person who has deeply rooted in their heart the love for a sin, the attachment to a sin, dies in that. That is the narration. Mamuta ala shay'in. The person who dies with love for something. On the day of judgment, God will raise him dying in belief of this. There is a narration that says, even if you love a stone, then God will gather you with that stone. That love carries you. It carries you. It directs your life. If you have love, attachment, look, check your heart today for which of the sins you like. Which of the sins do you like? What sin do you have attachments to? Love? I like that. So be very careful, because that will not allow you to die as a believer. On the day of final judgment, you will die in this state. God will gather you with the sinners who have committed this sin and this and this. Then the believer, as Imam alayhi salam says, must be a guardian of his heart, not allowing the love of anything else to enter his heart. Only the love of God, the love of those who love God, which is the Prophet. Andahlul bil alayhim. This love that is pure love of God and what is on that path of love for God. In the following narration, Emma indeed clearly states that death is the seal placed beneath the material life you have had, period. There is no turning back. You will only be given one opportunity. There is a dialogue in the Holy Quran when a person dies, asking God while crying, give me another chance. Give me another chance to take advantage of what I have lost. So the answer is Kalau. No one can ever return. A wise man dreamed of the Most Holy Virgin Mary and asked her, this is in the narrations. He asked the Most Holy Virgin Mary, a pure woman, a holy woman, a woman who dedicated her life to God, do you want to return? And she said, yes, yes. And what do you want to do when you return? And she answered, I want to fast on the long days of summer and pray on the long nights of winter. Even the Most Holy Virgin Mary wants to return. Why? When a person goes to see Ahul or Ya el Riyawma, the terrors and fears of the hereafter, then they will understand the opportunities they have lost, the moments they have dedicated to things that have served neither for this world nor for the hereafter. How many of the actions we are doing, watching TV, what purpose do they serve? Discrepancy in what serves us, discussing matters of politics, where the truth is a waste of time. What things have we done? The worst thing is that a person, instead of attaining paradise, dedicates that treasure which is life only to end up in hell. It is like a person who has invested their capital. Instead of making a profit, they have incurred debts. It is the worst. So, Azarina, the most lost person, is the one who, in this material world, has gone down the wrong and deserted path. In another narration from Imam Ali, peace be upon him, which is the last narration here in that part, it says that death is the door to the beyond. It is like a door that opens, and you must enter now. Where? That is the most difficult thing. That is what all of us will face. Death is a reality. We must think about it. People who want to enjoy the material world want to forget about death. And this is the most dangerous thing when a person has 1 hour and then there is a flight. They must go by plane. It doesn't matter. I'm going to sleep. And you miss the flight. And that is the most dangerous thing. It means you lose the opportunity to save yourself, even to reach that hour, whether you want to or not want to reach that moment. Think about the people who were here at that moment in the place where you are, 100 years ago. 100 years ago, in the year 1900, 1800, did people live here? No. In the place where you are now, people did not live. They wanted to die. Did they not? Think about death? Perhaps they did not. Act for what lies beyond? Perhaps not. Where are they now? Where are they? Think about it. Where are they? They are dead. It is a reality, and it is up to you, to me, to all of us. Let us think a little more about death. And Baba Lakoto. The peace and blessing of God be upon you. Music, music.